Hey, good morning, everybody. Ryan O'Neill here, Mike Overson. We are live at the State Fair. As you can see, we're at the News Talk 830 booth. It's going to be a fun show today for the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Again, hosted by Mike Overson, myself, Ryan O'Neill, and Scott Bulmering of the Minnesota Real Estate Team, Remax Advantage Plus. And here we go. We're going live on air. Good morning. Welcome to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thank you for joining us. We are live here at the State Fair. This is the Minnesota Real Estate Show hosted by Mike Overson, Luminate Home Loans, myself, Ryan O'Neill, and Scott Wolmering of the Minnesota Real Estate Team, Remax Advantage Plus. We're excited to be here today at the fair for the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Good morning to you, Mike.
Hey, good morning to you, Ryan.
Excited to be at the fair. You are a fair goer.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Good to see the weather is nice today. Couldn't have called for better weather today, and the crowds are picking up here.
Yeah, crowds are picking up. This is a live show. It's a local real estate show here in Minnesota, Western Wisconsin. The Minnesota Real Estate Show. We've been on air for over 15 years. Here in the Twin Cities, we talk all things real estate related, mortgage related. Your questions are always welcome. 612-294-6949. Again, 612-294-6949. A lot to talk about today, Mike, from an interest rate standpoint with the real estate market here. Really a lot going on.
Yeah, there is a lot going on, and I just this week kind of went back a full year and just looked at where rates have been, the ups and downs over the last year, and where we're seeing them going. So we'll definitely talk about that here a little bit in the show. And then we're also going to talk about home appreciation and home prices and what we see coming up for that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, feel free to join us at any point, 612-294-6949 by phone or text anytime throughout the show. We always love your calls, texts, and interaction. Mike, this first segment, we do like to do an update, a real estate and mortgage update. What's cooking mortgage-wise? Where are things at?
Yeah, rates is still a topic on the mortgage side of things that most people are talking about today. I mentioned that I looked at the last year, the last 12 months. We've seen rates as low as 5.75. We've seen rates as high as 8%. Right now, today, we're sitting, between 7 and 7.25-ish, roughly, depending on credit score and loan type. But over the last 12 months, it's quite a range, 5.75 to 8, right? So it's been volatile, and we expect that to continue here for at least the next few months. After that, things should settle down based on what we're seeing here. Inflation is going to be a big driver of that. A couple other economic things are going to be a driver of interest rates, but overall, once we get a few months down the road yet here, we should see rates starting to slowly trickle down.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Mike Overson, Luminate Home Loans, local lender, local bank, outstanding company, has worked with the Minnesota Real Estate Team for a long time. Let's talk just a little bit real estate update. Here in the Twin Cities, Mike, we did see new listings decline 7.5% this past week. There were 1,398 new listings. Pending sales also went down 11%, 1,068 pending or accepted purchase agreements. And then the overall inventory of homes for sale is down almost 15%. So 8,065 homes for sale in the Twin Cities, still very historically low. We are now over the 8,000 mark here in the Twin Cities, but just again, really a historically low time with inventory.
Yeah, anytime you dip below 10,000 in the metro area here, you're in really low inventory range. We're at 8,000 now. We were all the way down to, at one point, 4,500 listings. So that inventory, as people know, has been low, and it's been low for a while, and we expect that to continue for a few years yet.
Yeah, again, 612-294-6949 is how you can join us here at News Talk 830 WCCO every Saturday morning from 11 a.m. to 12 for the Minnesota Real Estate Show. And questions, Mike, we did have a question come in from Jim texting about an FHA mortgage. What are you seeing for rates for FHA versus conventional?
That's a great question, Jay. Rates typically on an FHA loan are a little bit lower than a conventional. If you're looking at the same credit score, same loan amount, things like that, you're probably going to see an FHA loan a little bit lower. So if your conventional loan is 7 to 7.25 right now, your FHAs are probably looking at like 6.75 to 7, roughly. You can always get a little bit lower than that too if you have an extremely high credit score or a bigger down payment, stuff like that. Yeah, roughly a quarter lower to 3/8 lower than a conventional loan would be FHA.
Got it. Very good question. Again, 612-294-6949. Every show, we always like to feature some of our listings for the Minnesota real estate team. Some of the great properties listed by a number of the agents on the team. The first one, Mike, is actually up north in Nevis. Joe Matt has one. A beautiful property at 23760 County Road 80 in Nevis. It's listed at $1.8 million. It's on beautiful Lake Beltane. It's got 300 feet of lakeshore, over 4,300 square feet, 5 bedrooms with an owner's suite on the main floor, all living facilities on the main floor. All bedrooms have impeccable views of the lake. Really a great property. And again, that's Joe Matt has that listed. Another one, actually, this one is in Rogers. Been to Rogers lately?
Have not been to Rogers lately, but lovely city. I know where that's at.
Yeah, Rogers. This one is 13407 Big Sandy Lake Drive in Rogers. It's a 4-bed plus a loft, 4-bath home. It's listed at $635,000 with Jennifer Tischlitter, a great agent on the Minnesota real estate team. She said it's got a 4-car heated and insulated garage, a pond in the backyard for ice skating and hockey in the winter. It's got views of Cowley Lake, miles of walking and biking paths. And she said it's also a great Edgewater neighborhood, $635,000. Nice spot.
I know that house. That's a really nice house there.
Yeah, super good one. One last one here before the break. Mike Katerlick has one in Lafayette, Minnesota, 591 Main Avenue. It's $157,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,900 finished square feet. It's got a lot of original built-ins, natural woodwork, newer major mechanicals, and a beautifully treed lot. Move-in ready, Mike said. Just a nice property, 591 Main Street in Lafayette. Be sure to check that one out as well. Again, this is the Minnesota Real Estate Show every Saturday morning from 11 a.m. to 12 noon on News Talk 830. We are live out here at the Great Minnesota Get Together, the State Fair. Excited to be here. You can have a corn dog.
I'm probably going to have a corn dog. I'm kind of actually looking at what we got around us here, like planning my stops. That we got a bucket of cookies here. That's probably going to be my last one right to our left here. But yeah, corn dog's definitely on the list. Probably going to get some sweet corn and then maybe wash down a bucket of cookies.
One other text question came in. Kim had just asked, for a first-time buyer, how much time do I need before the closing?
Great question. Really depends on, first of all, what you negotiate with the seller as far as the closing date. Some sellers are looking for a quicker close.
Yeah.
Some might want a close date that's a little bit further out. You sign your purchase agreement with them to give extra time to move and things like that. So that's number one. What do you negotiate out with the seller? Number two, typical loan process. The rule of thumb is 30 days. We can get something done in probably 15 to 16 days if needed. Maybe a little bit quicker. But that would be on the shorter end. 15 to 16 days would be on the shorter end. But your rule of thumb is 30 days. That's typically what you're going to see on most of the first one.
Yeah, we're up against our first break here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. to noon on News Talk 830. This is WCCO. Thanks for joining us on social media. Hopefully you can hear us okay. I know it's maybe louder. We're at the State Fair today. Mike is here too. Appreciate you being with us. This is the only Saturday we're going to be actually live at the fair. But a lot of people here, a great turnout. Mike, you're not a huge fair guy, but I got you here.
You got me here, absolutely. This is probably the first I've been here since probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, we hope your weekend is going well. And again, a lot going on in the real estate market here in the Twin Cities. We are seeing some increased market time with listings. Some listings sitting a little bit longer. Obviously, rates, as Mike just said, rates are higher. And Mike, how is that affecting your pre-approvals?
To be honest with you, it's still been pretty steady as far as people wanting to get pre-approved. The thing is, as we're talking about, it's been as low as 5.75 in the last 12 months, as high as 8. So you get pre-approved now, if it's at 7.5 now, 3 weeks from now, it could be 6.5. And that's how fast rates are moving. So still a lot of people still getting pre-approved. We're in that school season now where it's going to slow down for a couple of weeks. But I expect after everyone gets worked into their new school schedules, things are going to be right back where they typically.
Yeah, I had a question come in asking about home inspections. Are we seeing more home inspections in this market? We definitely are. We are seeing more people, more buyers make the purchase agreement contingent on a home inspection. That is becoming much more common. I think with a little bit of the softening of the market, that's becoming a little bit more commonplace. Some of the crazy multiple offer situations are a little less frequent. There are some listings that are seeing that, but generally, by and large, maybe there's 2 offers, maybe there's 3 offers on the home instead of 10, 12, 15, 20 like last year.
Yeah, the craziness has definitely decreased from last year. But it also drives home the point too of some people are waiting for rates to get to a certain point. If that happens, if and when that happens, that many more people jump back into the buyer pool and adds, right? So now more multiple offers start coming back up, and you start seeing over list price offerings coming in, things like that. So just a little something to keep in mind. So we'll see different look on things.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Again, 612-294-6949. We've got some questions coming in by text and phone. We're going to be sure to go to those in just a little bit here. But again, hope your weekend's going well. Definitely try to get out to the fair. It is busy here today as we look out and see there's a nice crowd. I wish we could figure out a way to flip the camera around. But we're right by the slide, the big yellow slide. So the WCCO booth. But we did not walk by Sweet Martha's Cookies. But I don't know, Mike. I don't know if I could get you over there.
You can probably twist my arm and get me there.
Yeah, right. We might get them over there, but all right, we're getting back. Go live on here. Hey, welcome back to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We hope your weekend is going well. We are happy to be here on News Talk 830 WCCO every Saturday morning, talking all things real estate related, mortgage related, the real estate market here in the Twin Cities throughout Minnesota. And again, it's an interactive show. Your questions, comments, thoughts are welcome. 612-294-6949. Had a comment, a text that came in, 50 days for repairs, whether to accept or resist and play the market. I have my opinion on how to proceed, but was curious on your input. The listing is in Maple Grove, and the comparative market analysis is 389.9. The bidding war ended at 415. So I'm curious, as though that is still above the listing price. So 50, the text said, he or she said 50 days for repairs, whether to accept or resist and play the market. What do you think, Mike?
50 days for repairs.
Yes. Perhaps he's thinking for escrow, maybe for the closing time.
Oh, something like that. So push the close date out 50 days and allow the seller to make repairs that you request them to make.
Yes.
It seems like a long time frame. I'd be curious as to what repairs, because typically, even if you do a 30-day close, repairs can be done, within a 30-day close time frame.
Yeah.
So, I would be curious as to the repairs and why you might need a little bit of extra time. Maybe.
Yeah, 30-day closing is very standard in our markets, even now, very standard. So when we're hearing that higher time frame, 50 days, that is a little unusual. There are some cases where we see rent backs, like different situations, when the park needs a little bit more time, and that type of thing. But again, 612-294-6949 is how you can get us the additional comment which came in that says a tree fell on the house. That is why they need 50 days. 50 days. A tree fell on the house. Yes, that is probably makes sense.
Right.
50 days in that case.
I mean, now that definitely makes sense. I mean, a tree falling on a house, 30-day close, you might not have that fully repaired within those 50 days.
Yeah, that seems more standard. And we appreciate the additional comments on that. Lots going on here today. A lot of listings to hit on each week. We've got another nice one in Bloomington. Rob Andert has one, 1400 West 107th Street in Bloomington for $425,000. Mike, this one's a walkout rambler. It is close to the 9 Mile Park. It's got all 3 bedrooms on the main level, an expansive kitchen island, birch hardwood flooring throughout, finished lower level for adding added equity and discovering a bonus tuck under garage. And he said, create your own indoor and outdoor space. Really nice property. Sounds like a great property in Bloomington. Again, 1400 West 107th Street in Bloomington. Rob Andert has that one listed. And then the other one is Sue Marty. Sue Marty has one in Maplewood, 633 Dorland Road for $224,900. It's a townhome. It's 1,250 square feet. It's got an updated eat-in kitchen, a large main bedroom with a walk-in closet, a large second bedroom, updated full bath, 2-car garage, low HOA, $260 a month for the HOA. She says nature alone. It's a really nice townhome. You gotta be sure to check that out.
Nice price point on that one.
Yeah, I gotta give a nice shout out. My brother Dan, my brother-in-law, or my sister-in-law, Janice, both here at WCCO. Longtime CCO listeners. Appreciate you guys coming out here as well. Thank you. It's fun to be at the fair, Mike. It's fun to be here. Do you have a question?
Can I come up there?
Well, we're live on air right now. Do you have a question, sir?
I only get one channel at my house. It's WCCO. I get one channel at my house.
All right. How long have you been a WCCO listener?
56 years.
56 years. What do you most love about CCO?
I miss a lot of girls that come and gone.
Yeah, they got a lot of great people on there, don't they?
Oh, and Amelia and her husband, they're perfect.
Yeah, they do a great job. Tell me your first name and where you're from.
I'm Roger from Reamer.
All right, Roger. Thank you. Thanks for saying hello. We appreciate you, and we appreciate him stopping over here again at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Mike, we got a lot going on here today.
We do. We have a lot going on here. Hey, how's your brother leaving us? Here's the guy there.
I know, Dan, right? He's got, he is here. And yeah, we really appreciate him and Janice stopping out here as well. A lot of good stuff. We got some questions coming in. We'll try our best as well. We've just got a lot of texts and phone calls here as well. Mike, with the market, what are you seeing for interest rates? What do you think is going to happen as we move forward?
Yeah, so what's going to come up? I'm glad that I didn't get boost from the crowd when I started talking about rates.
Right. I know.
Just know that I don't control them, so take it easy on you folks. Now, moving forward, I mean, we're still going to see some volatility. It's going to be up and down a little bit here. I think once we get a few months ahead here, November, December, and especially into the spring, I think we're going to see them just kind of steadily fall at a slow pace. I don't think we're going to see the volatility in the rates that we've seen in the last 12 months. And so I do see them trickling down. Can we get into the high fives by next spring? Yeah, I think we can get down to the fives by next spring, next summer. For sure by the end of 2024.
Yeah, again, with just a shortage of inventory in the Twin Cities, really throughout most of Minnesota and western Wisconsin, we are seeing prices still very stabilized. Like, prices have not dipped with this. With the increase in rates, people think, hey, maybe prices have gone down. Maybe we shouldn't buy right now. And the reality of it is, again, there is still strong demand out there for listings, for properties in our market. We have seen some overpricing. We've seen some sellers that are overpricing listings, but all in all, there's been a lot of demand.
Yeah. Real estate prices all supply and demand. Interest rates playing there. a little bit, but supply and demand is the main driver there. And when you have a supply of listings that is as low as we got now, interest rates would even go higher than where they're at. And that demand is still going to be there. Supply is so low that you're still going to have buyers looking at that. So we don't see home prices going down anytime soon. They'll probably go up. If you're asking me, I think over the next 4 months, I still think we're going to see a 4-5% appreciation.
Yeah, I had a text message come in from Tabitha. Tabitha asked, are you seeing a lot of homeowners, sellers who are staging their property prior to selling? Yeah, we are. We are seeing, I would say, more staging, more decluttering, more presentation, effective presentation of the property is super important. I just think right now, again, buyers are picky in some sense. And so cleaning the home, painting, light upkeep, maintenance to the property. And often if it's a vacant home, staging the property, staging it, or if it's super cluttered with lots of things, staging the property, it is becoming much more common from a staging standpoint.
And look at builders. Do they sell homes, empty homes, or do they stage them?
Good point.
They stage them, and the reason why is because you get a higher sales price for those homes. So, they wouldn't do it if they didn't net more money, on the sale of a home, if they were in staging versus staging them. So, it's definitely one of those things that is important.
Yeah, again, this is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We are here every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. to noon, talking all things real estate related, mortgage related. We are out at the Great Minnesota Get Together. We're out at the State Fair today at the News Talk 830 WCCO booth. It's right across from the French Meadow Bakery and Cafe, kind of near the big yellow slide, which Mike is going to go down after the show a couple times. Maybe you should have brought your sons.
Yeah, I should have brought there. Actually, one of my clients, Matt's in the crowd here. And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that he's giving me the signal to go hit the slides as soon as we're done.
Matt may have hit the slide already, I think, which is okay. But hey, we're already at the halfway point. We're already at the break of the Minnesota Real Estate Show here. The first half of the show. We've had a number of phone callers. Again, text anytime throughout the show in the week. 612-294-6949 is how you can reach us. We've got some more listings to hit on in the second half of the show. This is WCCO. Thank you everybody. Janice, thank you for being here. We've got Janice right in front here as well. We've got some good people. We're live on social media as well, streaming the show. We appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. And thank you for being here. I'll show. We've got some heads of Ryan here in the audience. So yes, it is fun. We're having fun at the fair. So thank you for swinging out. A lot of good stuff. Mike's got some clients here too. We've got some comments from people saying, eat some corn for me. We will eat some corn. But hopefully you can get out to the fair. Do something fun. Weather is really nice today. Not super hot like normal. So it's actually a really nice day out here. But having fun at the fair. Again, the market itself, we're seeing lots of good things in the market. Obviously, rates are significantly higher this year, but we still are seeing a good amount of first-time home buyers, people needing to move for a variety of reasons, whether it's some unhappy things, death, divorce, relocation, different things like that. But yeah, a lot going on. It's probably loud as you're watching. Hopefully, you can hear us okay. Obviously, we're at the fair here, so it's super loud. So we weren't sure if you would be able to catch the streaming at all, but again, we are now on WCCO. One thing I was going to tell you is the show is going to be changing from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. There's a garden show at 8 o'clock. Then there is Linda's Construction at 9 o'clock. And then we are actually going to be following the construction show. So WCCO, starting in mid-September, we're going to be moving to the 10 o'clock hour, which will be really nice just to follow the construction show. And so again, plan on adjusting any of your time schedules. Mid-September is when they're looking at making that change. So that's nice. Yeah, and getting again a lot going on here today. I hope it's okay. I know I seem kind of scattered, but we got texts coming in here and some phone calls, and so we're gonna go to Josh just said we're gonna go to Shelly in Inver Grove Heights. She's got a question about cabins, about selling a cabin. It sounds like, but a lot going on. It's great to see so many people out at the fair. Um, again, today, my mom often is watching our Facebook Live. Mom and dad always love going to the fair. And we'd always go to the education building. We would go to, really take a good walk all around the state fair. So, got to be sure, Mom, to get you out to the fair here again this year. We'll have a lot of fun with that. It's surprisingly, I thought for today as a Saturday, I thought it was going to be super jam packed. Right now, you can still walk around pretty well. It's not too crazy. So at least from a walking standpoint, it's not. You can get around pretty well. But Mom, we got to get you out to the fair and get you some of that kettle corn here as well. Actually, there is. Now that I look, there's a Sweet Martha's right next to us. So speak of the devil, we got a Sweet Martha's right there. But yeah, we're going to be coming back live here in just a second. We did have another text message question come in asking about the time frame on home inspections. I'm assuming they're meaning for the contingency, the home contingency. We are seeing usually 5 days or so for the home inspection contingency. And so that is probably most standard for the time frame, sometimes a little longer. But there's Mike. Mike's coming back here. Mike, you're back. You just saw saying hi to a client.
Yeah, Matt, Matt that I helped to buy a home in Elko a couple years ago. Yeah. So good news, good people.
Yeah, feel free to let us know too, sound wise. Hopefully you can hear us okay from a sound perspective as well. I know we're since we're at the fair here, but are we back? Yep. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. It is the second half of the show. We are live at the Great Minnesota Get Together, looking at Sweet Martha's Cookies to my left. Lots of folks lined up to get some cookies. We've got the slide right in front of us as well. People going down the slide. Meadow Bakery. We got a caller here. Let's go to a caller. We've got Shelly in Inver Grove Heights. Shelly, thank you for calling the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, really good question. So in this situation, what can happen is you can either hire an attorney who could facilitate the transaction for you, or you can also have a real estate agent do that. So we do that very commonly as a real estate agent, as a real estate broker. So for a reduced fee, the agent, the broker, will help you put all the paperwork together between buyer and seller, guide you through the process, with the lender, with the title company, essentially to a successful closing. And so, of course, we would be happy to help you. But if you do have a good agent, a good attorney, he or she can help you through the process. Again, for a reduced fee, no problem at all. Yep, absolutely. So, yep, so that agent would be a licensed agent. It would have to be licensed in Wisconsin. Yeah, thanks for listening to CCO. Hope, hey, are you going to get out to the fair? All right. No fair this year, but thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Hope you have a good weekend here ahead. Mike Overson, Luminate Loans, thanks for being here, bud.
Yeah, it's great to be out here. It's been a couple years since I've been to the fair. I need to start coming out here every year.
I know, we do need to come out. Again, questions are welcome. Don't be bashful. to call anytime until 11 a.m. talking all things real estate related and mortgage related. We did have one other text message question come in, 612-294-6949. This question was about earnest money. What are you seeing for a standard earnest money amount on transactions on purchases?
Earnest money? Yeah, typically it's 1% of the purchase price. That's what the rule of thumb is. If you want to make your offer stronger, if you're competing against other buyers for the same house, one of the strategies you can use is to increase the amount of earnest money you put down up front. So take your 1%, maybe up to 2%, and that will probably catch the seller's eyes and maybe a little bit stronger offer.
Hey, I gotta give a shout out, and I'm gonna invite him on air here. My brother Dan. Dan's in the audience here. I gotta just say a quick hello to Dan. Dan, it's great to have you here. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother.
Wonderful. Good to be on the air, Ryan. You guys are doing a great job as usual.
Well, you've been a long time CCO listener. You listen to CCO. You got a lot of the shows. You love a lot of the different shows.
Oh, especially on Saturday morning. You've got the gardening show at 8 o'clock, and then you've got the home improvement show at 9 o'clock. And then we've got you guys. So there's a nice little open spot in between there, but CCO really does a nice job on Saturday morning.
So you and Janice and your family just sold a property recently with an agent on the Minnesota real estate team with Dan Frank. Maybe talk just a little bit about that process.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the Minnesota real estate team and one of Ryan's fellow agents, Dan Frank, did an absolutely phenomenal job on a number of different levels. First thing was he had us price the home appropriately. And I can't speak enough to pricing the home appropriately because what it led to, we priced the home at $375,000. And although some folks thought that was a little bit low, what it led to was 20 showings in 2 days, 10 offers, and then we actually accepted an offer of $420,000. And Dan Frank mentioned to us that an important element of the offer was that there was gap coverage for the appraisal. And we didn't really know what that was at the time, and it ended up being an important element because the appraisal came back at $385,000. So because we had the gap coverage provided by the buyer, we were able to get full price for the home. So it was a wonderful job by Dan Frank, the agent, to give us a lot of advice, not just on pricing, but on the other salient elements of the deal.
Hey, do we think we're going to get our dear mother out here for the state fair?
She may be out here right now. For all we know, she could be out here right now.
Well, thank you, dear. Thank you so much, Dan and Janice are here. We got a lot of good folks, a lot of friends here, fellow agents on the Minnesota real estate team. Miss Susan Mall, Allison McIntyre here as well. Mike, we got a lot going on today.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, we've got some good familiar faces coming by and visiting us here.
Yeah, I just saw my friend Pat Reese. Pat is a longtime fellow Notre Dame graduate, wonderful guy. He's super involved with Notre Dame and the Minnesota Notre Dame club as well. Just a wonderful guy, Pat is. But it's great to see so many familiar faces.
Yeah, it's good to be out here for sure.
Yeah, again, before the break, we've got a couple other listings. Got to be sure we want to hit on this one. Mike Hilber also has one in Chisago City, 26792 Lofton Avenue. And this one has 200 feet of sandy shoreline, and it's on Big Green Lake. It's 4-bed, 3-bath, and it's got an upper garage apartment that's currently rented at $1,100 a month. It's a short drive to the Twin Cities, Mike says. It's listed at $580,000, and he's doing an open house tomorrow, 12 to 3. Open tomorrow. And maybe one other one we'll touch on too. Miss Angel Ball has one. This one is out east in Woodbury. Our friends in Woodbury, 11275 Brookview Road. And she's doing an open today from 1 to 3. And it is a 3-bed, 3-bath, end-unit townhome built in 2021. And she said only relocation makes this one available. It's $445,000. Again, it's a townhome, 3-bed, 3-bath end-unit townhome built in 2021. A very nice one.
Yeah, sounds great.
Mike, again, another question. This one's about conventional mortgages. Are you doing more conventional or VA mortgage?
Great question there. We're definitely doing more conventional loans these days. Reason being, and this is not scientifically proven, but it's just what sellers feel is that a conventional offer, a conventional buyer might just be a little bit stronger of a buyer than an FHA or a VA buyer. It's not necessarily the truth, but it just comes that way. Sellers think that, and so that's why conventional offers are happening more now, especially getting multiple offer situation. Sellers are going to look at those conventional offers first, and then they'll look at FHA offers or VA offers after that. So we see more conventional offers just because when you get to competitive situations, sellers are grabbing those offers first.
Yeah, I gotta say hi here. We got a couple friends right in the front row. Gotta come on up for a second. We've got Susan Mall, Allison McIntyre are both here. Stopping out, agents on the team, Minnesota Real Estate team. You've got shirts as well. Hey guys, thanks for coming up today.
Not a problem at all.
What are you seeing? What are you guys seeing with the market now? Susan, have you got a lot of that buyer activity, listing activity, anything to add for the CCO listeners?
Market is so good. People are on the fence sometimes, but the market is somewhere. You want to buy right now. Because you can name it on if you want.
Yeah, Allison, thank you for being here. You're doing an awesome job. I've seen a lot of awesome videos at open houses and social media. Hey, what do you think of the state fair?
Oh, I love the state fair. I just don't like all the lot.
Do you normally swing out here every year, come to the fair?
I'm trying to with my family and my kids and down there. So it's nice. I love it.
All right, are you gonna head down the slide before the end of the day or maybe pick up some sweet marbles?
I don't know about that. I'm getting older. That's only for the kids now.
Well, thank you for being here, guys. Thank you both for being here. We're up against already our quarter break at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We're having fun at the fair, the Minnesota Real Estate Show throughout the week, 612-294-6949. Mike, we're having a little fun.
We are having a little fun. Susan brought up a good point. Is some people are like, do we buy now or do we buy later? Do we wait a year and buy later? We should maybe talk about that a little bit more when we come back from the break here.
Yeah, again, this is News Talk 830. This is WCCO. Want to talk to you, sir?
Hey guys, so we got I'm actually going to turn it around here. Let's get a shot from the crowd here. We actually have some people coming up here that clients of ours, previous customers, mingling with the crowd here during the breaks here. Watching in and talking to them. So having a great connection problem here. But we got about 15 minutes left in the show here. So we're going to talk a little bit, I think, coming up here about here, but great to be here since I've been up here. So it's good to be with all live streamers.
Yeah. We got Josh in studio. Buddy. Yeah. We're gonna say here real quick. Hey, we got you after us. Are you gonna?
It's so much fun. I'm getting all lined up. Fair time. It's gonna be hanging on CCO radio.
You are fun, Sheila.
Lots of fun and lots of laughter. That's why the company is called Shaletta. Makes me laugh. It's called Shaletta. Makes me cry.
Yeah, we're having a little fun. We're out there. Welcome back to the fight. You being here? We are at the Great Minnesota Get Together at the State Fair every Saturday morning. Mike. 612-2946.
To that last break there, we were talking about, do you buy now? Typically when we hear that, it's like, I can either buy now or I can sign another year lease and buy a year. Try to project what does it look like a year from today. We still think home prices are going to go up, so I think we're still going to pay probably 4 to 5% more for the house 12 months down the road from today. Interest rates, we're expecting them to go down, so if you do wait, you're likely to get a lower interest rate, but you're also likely to pay more for that house. So the best 1-2 punch for that to lock in the price of your home, and then you just refinance down the road when rates hit.
Still at a very low inventory level in the Twin Cities, very low number of homes for sale, still a pretty strong buyer demand. Even with the rise in interest rates, there's been a strong buyer demand. And really throughout Minnesota, again, for those up north with cabins, lake properties, we're still seeing good activity throughout greater Minnesota, western Wisconsin as well for lake properties. Speaking of Wisconsin, Sue Marty has one in Hammond, Wisconsin, a listing 1006 167th Street. And it is listed for $399, Mike. It's almost 2 acres. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,930 square feet. It's got an updated kitchen, hickory floors and carpet, stainless steel appliances. And she said a motivated seller make an offer. She said that one is over in Hammond, 1006 167th Street. And then there is one in St. Paul. This is actually with Miss Heidi Husak. And today's Heidi's birthday.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
Yeah, very happy birthday to Heidi. This one is listed at $540,000. And this property is 2311 Commonwealth Avenue. And it's located in the St. Anthony Park neighborhood, 4-bed, 2-bath. It's got a large corner lot, fully fenced in backyard. It's got original character built-ins, front porch, stained glass, hardwood floors, and updated kitchen. That one is at $540,000. Super nice property. Yeah, one last one here. Karen Amato. This one's in Lakeville, down your direction, Mike. 17584 Haverville Circle in Lakeville for $699,000. Car garage. It's over 4,100 square feet. It's got a fabulous kitchen, 2-story living room, office screened-in porch, a walkout lower level with a patio to a private backyard, fenced play area. Really nice, nice listing there as well.
Yeah, you should all these listings you have going on here, like the inventory is low, but it's still, the inventory is still awesome.
Yeah, we wanted to be sure today, being out at the fair, to hit a lot of our different properties that are for sale, really throughout Minnesota, and western Wisconsin. And again, this is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We've been live here in the Twin Cities for over 15 years, talking all things real estate related, mortgage related as well. And Mike, sort of last thoughts for people. I know where the show goes by so quickly. As we head to the home stretch, what's important for buyers, sellers, existing homeowners for you?
Number one, if you got questions, reach out to someone. Don't wait. Whether it's us or whether you have a real estate professional that you know, maybe you have a family member that's in real estate, it's never too early to start and get some questions answered. So I'd say that's number one. Number two, if you are looking pre-approved for a home loan, unless you are going to buy with cash, getting pre-approved will be your next step, just to make sure you know what your financing looks like. So then you know what things like that will look like when you get out there and start looking.
Yeah, what I would say too is regardless of where you're at in the process, our team, the Minnesota Real Estate Team, is a group of agents licensed in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We literally work all over the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin and all areas and price ranges, as you can tell with these listings, everything from $150,000 to $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million properties. So our style is we work with people at their pace. There's never any rush, any pressure. It's all about providing good information, helping them make good informed decisions when buying and selling. And really that's what we're about.
Absolutely. Yep. The client drives the bus, and we're there to provide the information so they get the bus where it needs to go. So feel free to reach out to us. We're easy to get a hold of. You can find us online. And then realestateshow.com is a great place to connect with all of us.
Yeah, and again, if you have certain topics like to hear on CCO that you'd like a deep dive into any set topics, whether that's about specifics with buying a home, selling a home, investing in real estate, please don't ever hesitate to let us know as well. We do offer monthly seminars in Bloomington that are free that we also stream on social media. So those are a really good spot to check out. Again, mnrealestateshow.com. But if you're looking again about buying your first home, learning how to invest in real estate, you have curious about selling your home, about knowing the value of your home, mnrealestateshow.com is where you can go.
You'll find all of our great partners. We have a ton of great partners that are part of this radio show that we do here. Anything and everything dealing with real estate. You got home insurance providers, you got home inspectors, you have landscapers, electricians, plumbers. You name it, we have kind of the best of the best that is part of our show here. You can find the contact information for all those great partners.
And just a resource for you as a CCO listeners. And of course, one last listing here in St. Paul. David Meyer has one at 1415 Bayard Avenue in St. Paul, $450,000. This one is a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-story home, almost 8, and it's in the Highland Park neighborhood. A lot of great updates on this one. Be sure to check out the pictures online. 1415 Bayard Avenue in St. Paul. We're already up against the end of the show here, but it's been fun. It's been super fun being out at the great Minnesota get together here. Sweet Martha's cookies right next door. The slide as well here too. And we've got one in Lake Elmo as well. 11610 58th Street Port in Lake Elmo. It's listed for $1.2 million. Beautiful, newly completed Pillai Builders luxury custom home. Be sure to check that out. 11610 58th Street Port North in Lake Elmo. Beautiful listing. Susan, Allison are going to be out there here today as well.
From noon to 2.
Yep, noon to 2.
Is the 2 to 4 is the open house at this one today. So 2 to 4, Susan will be there.
All right. And hey, we appreciate it. It's been a fun show. We'll be back again Saturdays, 11 to noon. Hope everybody has a great rest of this weekend here at the All Around Minnesota Get Together. This has been the Minnesota Real Estate Show on News Talk 830 WCCO. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. No, it was a little different being at the fair, but we had some fun and hope you did too. Mike, good job.
Yeah, you too, Ryan.
We'll be back next weekend. We'll be back in studio next weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.